Nothing's what it seems, but I feel gravity is holding me down. It's there for all to see, through dirt and through debris. Everyone is leaving this forsaken town. I've lost the scenery, my mind's machinery. Seems like Hollywood is starting to catch fire. Under a starlit sky, I see you and I. In some way it gets me every time. We know just where you come from, we keep on falling. We're as lonely as you are. We know just what it feels like, we're counting dollars. We're as lonely as you are. We know just where you come from, we keep on falling. We're as lonely as you are. We know just what it feels like, we're counting dollars. We're as lonely as you are. I drove 1,000,000 miles to make it all worthwhile. Where can you take me? Where do you want me to be? Inside this carousel, it's either hell or hell, and there's no going back, there's nothing new to see. I lost the scenery, my mind's machinery. Seems like Hollywood is starting to catch fire. Under a starlit sky, I see you and I. In some way it gets me every time. We know just where you come from, we keep on falling. We're as lonely as you are. We know just what it feels like, we're counting dollars. We're as lonely as you are. We're as lonely as you are. We're as lonely as you are. mind, and I am not the vagrant kind. Baby, I just wanna take you home, so lose the grip and make it on your own. Lady, you got a claustrophobic mind, and I am not that vagrant kind. Not that vagrant kind. Yeah.
Target acquired.
Eagle 1, first strike. You have permission to engage the target.
Warning: the following video contains explicit language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
Welcome back, everybody. My bad. I I had to schedule a show for tomorrow, and I just entered the same time for both shows, and then I went back and corrected the other one, but I never corrected this one. So it had me starting at 5 o'clock or some crap like that, and so we're starting early, which is fine by me. Welcome in, everybody. I hope you have a great Saturday. It's been good. It's been good. and we've been having a great time. Anson, yeah, you can come up, Anson, when I get to that point. I'm going to do a little bit of a monologue, and then we'll get some people up here. Want to welcome in everyone, especially those people who came early, like So Loud. So Loud actually hit me up on Discord, where I was chatting with some people over there, and I was actually roaming around YouTube looking for stuff. And he's like, "Hey, what's up? We're waiting on you." And I'm like, "Oh, what the hell?" Welcome in Brandon Ray. Brandon is cool. I don't know if he's got his channel back or not, but let's hope he has. Real Rain, that's Anson Knowles, fairly certain. Yeah, so we've got Kronos 420 in the house, along with GGB1010, who is over from Emma's Discord. We don't usually get many people from Emma's Discord over here that much anymore, but we did for a while, and I certainly really appreciate those people coming over. Hope you enjoy the show. The Steel Man is in the house. Good to see you. Good to see you. And yeah, we've got a lot of stuff going on. So yeah, it's gonna be cool. Gonna be real cool. Anson obviously wants to come up and hang out. 13 is in the house. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. And I'm sure we'll have more people wandering in and out as time goes on, because certainly we have. I'm early, very early.
At KR0N05420 donated $20. Super chat. Isn't offensive entertainment yet. Who gonna what now?
I haven't been offensive yet, but I might. So there we go. I got to put the disclaimer on there. You know, it's YouTube. YouTube is not the YouTube of old. So okay, all right, okay, all right. So last night we had a great the past two shows, Wednesday night show and Friday night show, have been off the chain good. I mean, just wonderful. The show Wednesday night, where we were discussing how the female name stereotypes, like Ashley's and Beth's and whatever and so on and so forth. That stuff was all really good. And sorry guys, I gotta mute my phone here. I apologize. Like I said, I wasn't actually ready to get started, but that's okay. So that was a great show Wednesday night. And we're gonna do the same thing. I think maybe this coming Wednesday we'll have the women on and let them do male name stereotypes. Can't wait to hear what they say about the name Anson. Like the hat plays, right? Yeah, it's cool. My wife wants me to dress a little more elevated on the show rather than just wearing t-shirts and a baseball cap, which I do a lot. So so the hat is cool, and the shirt, it's a good time. So I digress. So we're going to do that. I think we're going to try and do that on maybe Wednesday night. I got to talk to some of the girls and see what goes on there, because we can't have dudes doing dude names. That would be weird. Also sexist, but that's okay. So we're going to do that coming up tomorrow. I have my friend Pat coming on the show. Patrick is a really solid dude. I've known him for a few years now, and he'll be on my Gun Prattle show. Not this show, but the Gun Prattle show. We'll be dual streaming it to this show just because of the audience that we're trying to migrate over. But we're going to be talking about the match that I shot last week in North Carolina, and where multi-gun and competition shooting events are going in his opinion, and what I think. And we're going to have a really great discussion. It's going to be awesome. Pat is super funny. And he's a really cool dude. So we're going to have a lot of fun with that. And we're going to start that show early. We're going to start that show early at 4 o'clock Central Standard Time, 5 o'clock Eastern Time. which we all know doesn't really exist. But so it'll be an early Sunday show. I don't normally do Sunday shows, and I don't ordinarily do early shows like that. But that's what we need to do. Now that show will be that show is going to be a little different format than what I do here. Basically, I run that show live, and then I cut it up, and if I need to, I edit it for the gun prattle. And so we'll be doing that tonight. Is another. I don't really have like a bitchin' topic tonight. I've been thinking a lot about what we talked about towards the end of the night last night with the faith and the difference of the idea that some people get really wrapped up in their idea of they're the superior Christian or whatever. And I kind of wanted Glenn to be here for this, but I haven't been able to get a hold of him. So I think that's maybe something we'll kind of delve into a little bit. But there's all kinds of things going on right now. It's just crazy out there in the world today. I mean, and I honestly thought that we had heard the last of Candace Owens, but I felt like that she had kind of peaked, right? And she was just going to maintain. No, that woman is just like walking insanity. It's like walking insanity. It's crazy. And so I don't know, how to think about this. But man, we've got so much going on. Oh, he's got health problems. Okay. I hadn't heard that. The last time I talked to him, he was in pretty good. He sounded like he was in pretty good shape, but things could be that way. So now, as we all know, last week and a little bit of the week before, Destiny and his whole crowd tried to nuke each other from orbit and leave no remains. You now have Doobie and Counterpoints and Chud Logic and all of these all of these people just kind of, I don't even know what you would call it. It's just really, I don't know. It's just crazy. It's crazy. And I was just wandering the internet, and I saw that Food Shops is doing some more Connor content. I feel kind of bad for Connor, but he brought it on himself. So I guess at the same time, I don't really. I guess I really don't actually care that much about Connor's situation, because he kind of got himself into it. Yeah, I'll give you. Give Emmett a link really quick. Where's my Discord? There's my Discord. And there's Emmett. There you go, Emmett. What's up, my man? It is in your DMs. I slid all the way up in there. Anyway, so yeah, man, it's crazy what's going on out there. People are kind of just tearing each other down. What's up, Emmett? How are you?
Doing good. Can you hear me well?
I can. I mean, you're a little low, but that's fine.
Well, give me just 1 second. I want to be sure that I'm doing everything correct. Okay. Hello, hello?
Yeah, man.
Okay, perfect. I hear you fine now.
Okay.
What's up, Grade?
Not much, man. I've just been all over the internet. I've been wandering around the internet today looking at the burning pile of crap it's turned into. It's been hilarious. I've had a lot of fun today. It's been very interesting. It is literally one pile of shit on fire after another.
Well, we have the left is going full doxing, which is
Yeah, they're like eating each other. Like, it's crazy. By the way, I did warn Counterpoints that, hey, and even Rob tried to warn Counterpoints. Destiny's not your friend. Like, you guys are not on the same side. And
what are you talking about?
I mean,
do you remember that time?
If I was Rob Nort right now, I would be literally like sitting back on my couch with a big old stogie, just going, "Told you, motherfucker! I told you, motherfucker! Destiny was gonna burn your ass." And if I was Rob Nort, I would be doing it. I'm not Rob Nort, so I won't do that. But if I was Rob Nort, I would 100% be like, "I told you, he is not on your side. You are not the same." Oh, man. Yeah, it's crazy.
I can't believe you would say something like that. Okay, slander.
That's not slander. That's not slander. I heard it. I heard Rob Nort tell. I hope he pulls the clip where he told Connor that he shouldn't hitch his train to Destiny. That he is not Destiny. Is not a good path to where he wants to go, and blah blah blah, and that it was going to end up biting him in the ass, and hoped it didn't, but in Rob's normal way of being like, of the velvet fist of saying, "Hey, I hope this doesn't happen to you, but if it does, I'm going to laugh my balls off," right? Like that, and it's
So if you want to have like any kind of representation of what they usually do, just look at what happened with Bosch and Destiny. The last conversation they had in good terms ended up with "I love you." So
yeah, I don't know, man. But I've been wandering the internet. I was the Candace Owens stuff is insane to me. Like, it's crazy. She's being sued by so many people now. Like,
she kind of deserves it.
Well, no. She absolutely, kinda. She absolutely deserves it. So I had this. So back, probably about this time last year. Remember that Erica Kirk flew into Nashville to meet with Candace, and they were going to peace talks, right? And Erica left. And Candace played it up like she had won some great victory or whatever bullshit. And I was like, at the time, I was like, I don't know. I think Erica reminded her that Candace Owens had a non-defamation contract with TPUSA, which is why TPUSA was not talking shit about Candace Owens, because legally they couldn't.
Yep.
Okay. And I think Erica reminded her of that. And I think that Erica Kirk said, "Look, don't start none. There won't be none. But if you keep going, we're going to settle this in court." Right?
Well, if you have that, you have to settle in court. That's the point of having those kind of contracts. There's no way that you can do it any other way. And
for sure.
That was the time when she changed the tune as well. She started the tune with, "The only people who can tell me to stop doing this is going to be my husband and Erica Kirk." And then like a day later, she was like, "The only person who can tell me to stop is going to be my husband."
And now Erica Kirk is suing her for the film that she made is When Erica Met Charlie, right? That Candace literally made a film, which she was not, which I think that NDA just expired. And I think that's why she's going forward with it. But I don't know. I think Erica has a really good case. I think Erica has an excellent case, and I think this is going to cause Candace a lot of problems. And in between that, now she's getting sued by TMZ, right, for the supposed racist comments or anti-Semitic comments or whatever they were. So she's getting sued there. And she's got this Michael Snow or Mitch Snow or whatever the fuck his name is. That guy who's, apparently is going to be subpoenaed, and they're questioning whether or not he's going to testify against Candace and what he will say if he does. And her chief strategy or producer or whatever that lady's position was just quit. I'm just saying, I know what a sinking ship looks like, right? Like, I know what a sinking ship looks like. And that's what a sinking ship looks like. It's like all the fucking rats are going, getting the fuck out of there. And,
well, it's a stupid, it's just so dumb. It's actually very stupid.
Yeah.
But, I don't even know. I don't even know what else to say. It is.
Right. No, I'm in that same boat. I'm like, we predicted this last year. This is just me seeing in real life what I saw in my mind's eye a year ago, right? Like, this is kind of how I thought it was going to play out. Now, I didn't think that, honestly, I didn't think Candace was stupid enough to make yet another bullshit movie where she just has zero evidence, but she makes a lot of allegations. I thought, and you know, that's why she was, honestly, I can't say for sure. I wouldn't put my hand on a Bible and say this is the reason why, but it really seems like the reason that one of the biggest reasons that she was let go from the Daily Wire was not her and Brian's, or not Brian, Ben Shapiro's issue. It was more that she kept making these stupid ass bullshit movies that made a lot of allegations with zero proof. Like, zero. Like, remember she did two full-length films on a guy who had been acquitted. He was like some sort of mass murderer or something, and was hiding bodies in the salvage yard or whatever the fuck it was, right? Two full-length films with zero evidence. None.
You don't get to ask those questions.
Yeah, I'm just asking questions. I'm just asking questions, everybody. I just want to know. It seems suspicious to me.
Yeah,
I do that really well, actually.
And the only problem is those kind of films can actually be defamatory, especially if you keep pretending that the person is guilty when found innocent.
Right.
Those kind of things
She
are
has
actually
fled to Russia.
So.
Like, all you motherfuckers that was like anti-Russia, your woman's just fled to Russia. Like she's fled to Russia.
The alt-right.
Go get your woman. Go get your woman.
The super far right. The guys are like, the H-man is kind of base. All of them are like, vote Democrat. We're gonna go to Russia. It's so good.
I don't think Candace helped build TPUSA. TPUSA existed, and then they brought Candace on.
Yeah, the one that created TPUSA, the one that built it and funded it and did all of the work when it comes to TPUSA was Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie did everything. He brought her in. She was supposed to do a job, and then she didn't do it, and they parted ways.
Mm-hmm.
That's the truth of it. You can look. I've heard her try and spin this several times about how they were best friends. That obviously is not the case, right? Obviously. Yeah.
Well, I have bad news for you, Green. I have bad news.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Do you remember when I told you that no one will take that debate?
I understand where he's coming from, though. I think either you two guys are talking past each other, or you guys just aren't coming to an agreement on what, because I actually don't consider libertarian as a political scheme either. Or a political what did you call it? It was a
political system. So
yes, I don't think it's a political system. It's just like Republican is not a political system.
Yeah, let me explain it. Very simple. Okay, if somebody tells me, would you take Christianity is a possible political system? I would say yes. And I would go with the whole way in which Christianity was implemented in the Roman Empire, to have an emperor, to have the church. How is it that it goes to create these separation for the church from the state? How is it that the church has to function? How is it that the society functions in this kind of
But systems? It's not a political system in and of itself.
It is. What are you talking about? Of course it is.
I mean, the only
And I will,
the only group that I can think of
will,
that is technically a where Christianity is part of their political system are the Amish, and even they are.
No, they're not.
Who's that?
The way that it works is through the it's a marriage between the state and the church in a sense. The way that we have seen it is the monarchy, and we've seen it during the Roman Empire with the emperor. Those are the two.
But they weren't Christians, though.
Based directly.
But they weren't Christian.
They were. Of course they were. What are you talking about? Yeah. Who do you think? Who do you think?
Well, hold on. They some of them converted to Christianity, but I'm darker than that Mexican. He needs to get out of his house more.
Yeah, the councils, the 7 to 9 councils, all of
the
those
Senate, the Roman Senate was their political system, but that wasn't their political system.
No, they were part of. Like, I will explain how it works and how is it possible that it exists.
I think you need to have a good conversation with Fabian about it, because I don't think that I think either you guys are talking past each other.
I don't think anybody is willing to say, yes, these are the prescriptions of how it will work to have a political system based on libertarianism. And this is
I don't think libertarianism is a political system any more than conservatism is. Libertarian's also not a religion.
Yeah, no,
it's not.
What? It's an ethical system without prescriptions, apparently.
Yeah, well, that's true, and he talks about that a lot. Is that libertarianism in and of itself is just a bunch of descriptors with no prescriptors.
How would you have an ethical? How do you know? Yeah, this is the point. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what is the good.
Sure,
but I'm not gonna tell you that you ought to do the good.
Yeah, I think in his specific version of libertarianism, which is anarcho-capitalism, I don't think there are any actual prescriptors. It's just all descriptors.
Including the idea that I ought not do the good. Why should I?
All right, I'm gonna get some guys up here. If you look, and Real Rain, hit me over on Discord, and I'll throw you the link. Tyler is about to just lose his damn mind if he's not up here.
That's fine.
So I'll give him the link. Let me see if Fabian's away. Let me see if Fabian will come on. He may not. He's probably busy. I think he's quit streaming.
I just don't think that it's gonna happen. I didn't came here to make a big deal about it. I'm not mad at him. You can be that we're talking.
Well, I think that you're considering libertarianism something that it isn't. That's the problem.
No, I think I'm considering something that it is. Otherwise, they should shut the fuck up and never say anything about politics again, and just start describing bullshit outside. Go outside and describe the sun, but don't ever tell me if I should do anything ever. Why should you?
So,
bro, fix your audio.
Yeah.
I just also put the link out. If I don't know you, I'm not bringing you up, so don't bother clicking it if I don't know you. I have Real Rain coming in. I don't know you, so my finger is literally on the kill switch in case you do anything stupid. Welcome, Real Rain.
Oh, we met on Tyler's stream before.
We have?
Yeah.
Okay, I believe you.
Mm-hmm.
OG's gonna jump in.
What's up, brother, man? What's up, Emmett? How you doing, brother? I saw the stream today. Good job. I saw a couple songs that were awesome.
I'm gonna go back to it. I just came here for a little while.
Do I have your permission to make some shorts out of that? Fine. Okay, because you did some really good ones, and they're fucking awesome.
But just to let you know, if you wanna do that, it's very unlikely that you're gonna be able to download the video because I removed the karaoke streams.
All right, fair enough.
But yeah, it's fine.
All right, explain it, Tyler.
He's fixing his mic.
Yeah, he's busy unfucking himself. What's up, Real Rain? How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I just can I ask
Hello, you can hear me?
Yeah, we
Yes.
can hear you now.
Yeah, we
Just
can hear you, brother. Man.
interrupting Cal. All right, I'm sorry. Real Rain, go ahead.
No, I understand like everyone's I guess trepidation when it comes to Candace Owens, but Candace Owens has been asking questions that like no one else has been really willing to ask. So I just kind of want to like get
Yeah,
why.
because they're schizophrenic questions. Brother, man.
You can't tell me that you take Candace Owens seriously.
No, I don't take her seriously.
Okay, good,
but
good, good. Because I was about to be like, bro, you're gonna have a hard time. It's gonna be a tough room for you.
No. But like, she does ask some serious questions.
No, she has not asked a serious question yet. Literally from the very her first involvement. Like, I could break down how she was like, it's weird how the dogs didn't find the gun, and all of a sudden the FBI had it. That was total horseshit. We have full documentation of that. Like, this is the dumbest possible thing a stupid bitch could say. And she not only said it, she repeated it and then made an entire conspiracy theory out of it that didn't exist, that there was nothing there. It's like everything she says or does is nothing burgers. Like, I can't take her seriously at all. Yeah, I get you, Kronos. Some people just don't have the tech, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's way better, brother. I don't feel like I'm giving McDonald Land my order.
Hey, I would like a coffee, please.
No, but don't a lot of conspiracy theories start off as like something like when we were talking about like Leo Harvey Oswald back in the day? No one would have taken that conspiracy theory seriously, but now 50 years later, we have the information and we know that there's some validity to some of those conspiracies.
Yeah, but that's a fallacy of probability. So the idea is the fact that it may be probable doesn't mean that it's true. And the other problem is the way that she's getting the information doesn't make any sense. And if you actually look at her shows, the shows are emotional manipulation. So it's not like they're trying to get you an idea of what is happening. She's trying to manipulate you into supposedly asking questions that lead absolutely nowhere.
Murdered birds are hungry. That's true.
And I can agree with that.
I mean, ultimately, I have, I've not, and I haven't paid attention to everything she said, but the vast majority of the things that Candace Owens has asked questions about, there's already answers to. She's going to be sued into oblivion. I can't even believe that she just continues to double down. But I guess at some point, you just have to. And yes, everyone, those are birds you are hearing.
My apologies. My apologies.
Every time I speak, it really excites Emmett's birds. I don't know why.
They're just happy to hear you, Green. They're like
super
happy.
I'm gonna send Flo the link too. Just I don't want him to feel left out.
What is?
So, are you good now, Tyler? Check 1 2.
I don't think so.
No, you're good. That was good.
I don't think he is.
Yeah, there's like a 5-second delay between when I talk and when you guys hear it.
Oh, that sucks. That's not going to be any fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand where he's coming from too. I understand the problem that he's having with the prompt. I get it. It's fine. I really don't believe that anybody's willing to go on and defend it as an actual application of a political system in which all of the things that they're not prescribing but prescribing at the same time will apply, and we can see how it's going to be.
Have you ever heard him talk about how he that how you know
No,
how
but it
he
doesn't
thinks.
matter. He won't have the debate. So why
Well, yeah,
they don't give a fuck anymore?
if you've ever heard him like break down how how he thinks society works, like it's
but again,
it's
it
very
doesn't
weird.
matter because he won't go on and make a full-on argument on it. And I was willing.
He
to
will.
take
I mean,
the-
he will
to take
argue,
both.
but it's just not that it's a I mean, you're going to have to pick
It is a
something.
political. Political just means it's to the public. It's the way that the society is.
Then you
gonna
guys need to. You
form
guys
and
just
get
need
it
to
on.
get your
It's like, it's
semantics.
fine. I don't care.
You need to just get your semantics worked out, because I honestly listening to you two, it sounded like you were talking kind of past each other.
I just don't know enough of libertarianism, bro.
Well,
I don't know enough.
Can I just say, like, I think libertarians, all they really care about is drugs.
Well,
They also
I mean,
care
some
about
of them
money.
do that. Yeah, some of that. But like serious libertarians like Fabian Liberty, you know, he's it's interesting because he's like, there shouldn't be any of this, all of the government. There shouldn't be borders. There shouldn't be all of these things. But like for you and so if you want to have a community, then everybody who wants to have a community comes together and they form agreements, and they have insurance companies to protect their property rights. And as you can do whatever you want on your property, and I can do whatever I want on my property, and as long as we don't transgress each other, it works. It's an insane, to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my own insurance company. We're gonna have a premium. We're gonna call it taxes, and we're gonna make you pay that premium so you get your property rights.
And he's everyone's like, well, how do you do roads? And he's like, well, yeah, the roads are private and you pay to use them, right? So if you want to go somewhere, you have to pay the roads.
Good arguments for that.
So it's
and
basically every road is going to be toll road?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like if I build a road and I maintain the road, if you want to use my road, you have to pay me to use it. If the city wants to, if the city wants their police cars to go down it, they have to pay me, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So no community property as such, no state-owned property as such.
But then what the city can do, as I said, is just be like, hey, I'm gonna make a little bit of an insurance claim on everybody. And
yeah, I mean, you'd have to get him to. You should have the debate with him. You just have to get. It sounded like he said. Let me go back because I wasn't really.
I don't know nothing, which is fine.
I kind of left
I
that.
don't know nothing.
I kind of left that discussion after you guys started talking. So let's see, where is it?
I don't want it to be leaked. It's not the point of me being here. It's just me saying.
He basically says, obviously, libertarianism still isn't a political system, but a rewording of the prompt can fix that. So I just would have asked what the rewording of the prompt would be, and see if you guys could.
Well,
come
it's
up
not about
a
steal. It doesn't matter if it's right now or it's in the future, because we're talking about possibility. That's why the word possible is there.
Well, Greg, can I ask you a question, because you're a wise man that I
don't know if I'm
respect.
wise,
but have you ever heard the term that we need to be socially liberal and financially conservative?
Yeah, I've heard that. I don't agree with it, but I've heard it.
Right. I'm kind of the belief nowadays that we should flip the system, or flip that script, and be socially conservative and financially liberal in terms of our political system.
You don't think we're financially liberal enough with our financial system?
Great, just pay more in taxes, bro.
No.
I knew where you were going with that.
What I mean is, like, offering more social services, government-funded social services, not necessarily like in the Obamacare, but something along those lines. But we just promote, like,
retarded.
How's that retarded?
Let him finish. Emmett, I actually want to hear. So run me by that again. I'm sorry.
Well, like currently we have this socially liberal system where we're allowing all kinds of different degenerate behaviors to go on in public. But if we were to make society more conservative, it would allow us to found the funds to be more liberally financial to where we could fund some of these things.
We already fund all those things.
In a way we do, in a way we don't.
No, that's bullshit. We'd spend more. The United States spends more per human in our country on healthcare and medical aid than any other country in the world. Literally, when people say bullshit like, well, you know, England has free healthcare. Yeah, shitty healthcare. Fucking healthcare. I wouldn't have my dog. I would literally not have my dog go to an English hospital. They come here because on average, we spend thousands more per human being in this country than any other country in the world. All of it. And you want to, where'd you go?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
I'm not done. I'm not.
That's
don't run away. Don't run away. Don't run. God, man. COG, this is what I get. I get people who come in and they want to have this like rainbow fucking parade. And then when I fucking rain on that shit, they leave. Oh, he's back. He's back. No. We're going to give him benefit of a doubt. He's probably on a cell phone and it dropped.
Yeah, that's fine.
You're back, Royal Rain?
Can you hear me?
I can.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. No worries. I thought you ran, which I was going to be like really mean, but no, cool. All right. So listen, we spend so much of our money in this country that you understand the government itself doesn't earn any money.
Yes.
All of that money comes from people like you and me.
Correct.
We spend more than any other country in the world. As a matter of fact, the last I checked, we spend more than any other two countries combined in the world. And it's killing everything in this country. It's killing everything in this country. And so, no, I actually disagree with your entire premise. You know what I think? I think we need to just simply be conservative. We just simply need to be conservative across the board. You want to pay for a new gym? Then you go find 10 people that want to contribute enough to build a new gym in that community. Don't get money from Emmett in Utah to build your gym in New York City. Okay? That's wrong. That's robbery, right? Don't pay for OG's, 6 baby mamas, whatever. Don't pay for that out of my tax dollars in Tennessee. Okay? That's robbery. It's literally robbery. Don't make someone who excels and makes, everybody's like, well, you make millions of dollars. All these people make all this fucking money, man. And why aren't they taxed more? We are. If you make $1 million a year, you're taxed at 40%. I want you to take your paycheck and chop it in half and see how you would feel about that at the end of the week. And that's what you're asking millionaires to do, who are operating at a high level, who are at the top of the game and who actually provide the very jobs that give you employment that allows you to have a paycheck. And this is the fucked up thing about this country. This country is unique in the world because of it. We're unique in that we literally destroy ambition. We kill motivation.
Yeah. Like, great. I agree with you 100%. Like, if you're a millionaire, you're the devil. If you're
I've been called worse than the devil.
You're the Antichrist. But what I would like to see more of in America is investment into the people of America.
How? In what way?
Listen. For an example,
Because you can't just hit pause.
No. Because
No. Seriously, I'm sorry. I was looking at chat. In what way do you want us to invest more in Americans?
I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you hear me, Grid?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I thought you paused out. No. I would just like to see more investment in people where if someone has a drug addiction problem, I don't mind my government tax dollars of going towards getting them into rehab.
You know what? I wouldn't mind my tax dollars doing with drug addicts, actual drug addicts. Like you get rehab once on us, and after that, nothing.
Yeah, correct, and I agree with that too. But
because if you're going to waste your life doing drugs, sorry. Either your family needs to support you, your church needs to support you, or you fucking die.
Yeah, and I guess
it's like, yeah.
Well,
what's up, System Crash? How are you?
You're way nicer than I would do.
Yeah. Well,
I am a nice person at core, but I have a mean streak.
I guess what I'm saying, kind of, Grid, is we know that the leftists are always going to push for socialism.
I mean, that's what you are.
No,
that's what you're doing.
No, I'm pushing for a right-wing socialism.
Yeah, so that such a thing doesn't exist. So here's the thing: if you want to take money from Emmett to pay for OG's drug habit, that's wrong. That's socialism. That's
rehabilitation. Rehabilitation.
Rain, do you think stealing is wrong?
So taxation is theft, no matter what.
I'm gonna ask you that question again. Do you think stealing is wrong?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
So when it comes to taxes are meant for the function of the government in the way that it's supposed to be working. Everything else in taxes would be theft. So when you're saying that's going to go ahead and create all of these systems that are going to serve people, which is not the role of the government. The role of the government is to be a cudgel and tell you that if you do something that's wrong, they're going to come with big sticks and hit you over the head with them so that you stop doing it. Everything else that is not that is theft. And what you're saying is, oh, we're going to do a right-wing kind of theft, which is an impossibility if we see the right as a virtue ethics, moral position.
Well, let me ask you this. What's the difference between what I'm saying and what we're doing with Ukraine and Israel?
Well, I'm against what we do in Ukraine, 100%.
Right, but it's still happening.
When the hell have I prayed in Israel?
I didn't say you did. I just said, what's the difference between what I'm saying and what our government is currently doing?
But we do that. So that's actually a problem, and I would disagree with any of that. I've always preached that American dollars should not leave America's soil unless they're purchasing something or in some way being invested for Americans, right? Like that's wrong. We give money. We literally give money away to every country on this planet.
But the question becomes, what has one to do with the other? The fact that one is wrong and the other is also wrong.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's all wrong.
Yeah.
There's no right.
Both are wrong. What are we? Is that a position?
Yeah, I guess you make the assumption that we're okay with it, and I'm not okay.
No,
with
I'm not. I'm not saying you guys are okay with it. But what I'm saying is, if we restructure the government, where instead of us focusing on foreign aid, we focused on American investment.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that. So here's the deal. But I'm not investing into. I'm not. I don't. There's no way that you're gonna. There's no way that I could agree fundamentally with using Emmett's tax dollars to pay for drug rehab for some junkie in New York City. There's no way that I can justify using Orthodox guys' tax dollars in Georgia to pay for, some kind of health care for some stupid ass woman that gets pregnant in California, right? Like this doesn't make sense to me. Now, if your community does, now this is the problem, is that you keep thinking, I think OG dropped.
Yeah,
This is the problem I have here. So you keep thinking federally, like the federal government needs to do this. And I think the federal government only has one fucking job, and that's to manage war and to keep our borders safe. Beyond that, and they're not even supposed to be printing money. States are supposed to print their own damn money. I'm a constitutionalist. Okay. So I don't understand why, when you start talking, well, I mean, I do understand it, but I don't like it. And I disagree with it when you start talking about, well, America should be investing or shouldn't be doing, or shouldn't be giving money offshore. Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. Fuck no. Turn off the spigot right now. Just
investment,
the checks, right?
Best investment that the American people could do in Americans is to lower taxes.
Yeah.
It just means that they have less hurdles for companies to be effective and to be able to become successful in the midterm, especially the smallest companies, because the smallest companies are the ones that suffer the most when it comes to taxation.
Yeah.
Hey, like I said, like, great. You're someone I respect, and I just wanted to run my idea by you. And like you're pointing out the opposite side of what I'm saying, and I understand you and Emmett's points. And I think
I understand what you're saying, and I'm coming at you a little hot here because I hear this so often. I hear people say, "Yeah, but we could do so much more for people here if we weren't giving money to Ukraine." Absolutely. The problem is that we're already doing so much for people here. We can't do anything more for people here. We've created a problem where the federal government pays people to not work to the point that it's an epidemic of people not working, of not earning a living, of not even knowing how to earn a living.
Yeah, we should do less, in other words.
The federal government should get out of it. The states should take over and say, federal government, fuck you, get out of here, right? And then if Tennessee doesn't want to have any abortion at all, great. If California does, well, fuck those guys, but still they can do that, right? If California wants to spend their money in their state to have tent cities of homeless people, whatever. But I don't want it here, okay? This is NIMBY in its best format, not in my fucking backyard. In your backyard, cool. Not in my fucking backyard. And so, and the biggest thing is that we were the most successful. We were able to fight World War II and win, not because we had taxes in this country, not because we had a military industrial complex, but because people were, and by people, I mean, certainly the wealthier side of people were able to spin up production, and we had a workforce that knew how to work and wanted to work and could earn a living. We didn't win the war because we had a 40% tax base on people that made over $1 million. That's not how we won the war. That's not what made America great. It never was, never will be. And so we can't go back and say, well, we would be great if we had public health care. We didn't have that shit back in the 30s and 40s. Now, we did have churches that took care of people, okay, which I believe we should do again, okay? We had we had non-religious centers that would help people, right?
Yep.
But those were all private. Orphanages were all private or city run. They didn't get out. It wasn't the big government coming in and controlling everything. And we have fucked ourselves so hard by allowing this to happen. Sorry, GG, did you drop? Yeah, bonds. Yeah, we did bonds. So the government. So I understand what you're saying. I just this is a hot topic subject for me because not this year. Last year, I haven't paid my taxes this year. Last year, I paid $240,000 in income taxes.
So this is where I agree with libertarians, by the way.
I mean, so this is a hot button topic for me because what you know, like we can just get more money from the rich people. Well, I am the rich people and I don't want to give you any more fucking money. Like, let's just be honest about it. I just don't want to do that.
You know, we're just gonna take all away the money from the rich people. We're gonna give it to voting blocs. We're gonna destroy their culture. We're gonna make things shittier, like in the inner cities. And then we're gonna be like, oh, we know how to fix it. We'll take more money from the rich people.
Right. And look at how well that's working for New York. They've had so many people flee to Florida and they've literally I had a montage of AOC and Mondami saying that they were going to go after those people. We're coming for you. And so anyway, and again, look, hey, I'm not coming at you hardcore, and it's not that I don't like you or that. I'm just this is a hot button topic for me in general because I don't believe in a big federal government. I think the founding fathers were correct. I think they did the right thing by keeping government small, and we have bastardized it. Our society has bastardized it in the name of helping people, and the government never helps anybody.
Well, Emmy, I know you wanted to say something, so I'll let you speak before I.
I'd like to hear from Gigi. Gigi, welcome to the show. I'm sorry that I've been running my mouth this whole time. How are you?
I'm good. Can y'all hear me?
Certainly can.
Okay. Well, I pretty much agree with you guys, except for is it Rain? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yes, Real Rain.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a Christian conservative. So don't really have much to debate except for agreeing with you and Emmett.
Yeah. Back in the old days, you would just say dittos.
Right.
Emmett, did you have something to say before we rebut to what you guys said?
Oh, please rebut. I'm sorry.
I think I already did. The only thing I had to say was the way that it works and why is it that the idea of having it in the right wing doesn't make any sense. It's the right wing position has to be through virtue ethics, and even if we don't agree necessarily on how we get all of the ethics 100%, when you believe in Christianity, you have this idea of virtue ethics that come from God, and stealing is wrong. I don't know what to tell you. It's impossible to go through that contradiction without taking into account that the contradiction exists. So there's there's no way.
Well, kind of my philosophy on the issue is we have a lot of big tent conservatism right now, where we have a lot of former leftists that have come into the conservative movement or the right wing movement, and they've kind of given us an upper hand. And I kind of think, in my opinion, and I know you guys disagree with this, the best way for us to fight left-wing ideology is to show them that we as right-wingers can do it better than them. So if we can do a social program better than left-wingers, it'll bring them closer to our side. And I see you shaking your head, great, and I understand. And this is like my ignorance, but this is like why I want to talk to you guys, because like I can
understand that mentality, right? Like I can understand where it's like, well, the left has good intentions, they just can't do it right, but we have the best intentions, we have we're more God-fearing, we have all of that, we're more fiscally responsible, all of everything like that. But every time that's tried, it's abused. The problem with any government system, any public system, is it will be abused. And because there's nobody there it's not it doesn't have to make a profit, and therefore it's going to be abused. And yes, Brandon is Ray is right. That's some Bernie Sanders shit right there. And look, I get it. I understand it. You know, I've heard this before, but see, the thing is, I don't agree with any social programs. If it were up to me, if they made me king of America tomorrow, which would be awesome, by the way, vote for me. And but if they did, the very first thing is I would stop. The National Treasury would cease to exist overnight, and the mint would get shut down. I mean, literally, the entire federal banking system would cease to exist overnight. Because why? Why do we need that? What does it do for us?
I have a question for you, if you don't mind me asking.
Absolutely.
If we were to get rid of our social programs, which I agree with you, they are highly being abused. What about the individuals, like such as the elderly or individuals who are actually disabled, like if they've lost an arm or a leg in a car wreck? What about those individuals?
So I like that question. So they would do what we have always done, and that is either turn to their church or local social programs. National social programs fail. They just do. They don't do anything. So let me ask you, and I'm going to give you the best one. You guys ever heard of the Department of Education? Do you know what that is? It didn't exist before 1982. Did you know that? I didn't know that. I had to go look that up. I didn't remember that. I thought it was much older than that. It's only been around since 1982. In 1982, Jimmy Carter signed into existence the Department of Education, whose entire purpose is to make education better, supposedly. Since its existence, so prior to the Department of Education, American students on a global scale were ranked number 1. American schools, for the most part, now certain rural schools, obviously you have a high and a low, there's a range, but overall, American schools were considered in the top in the world. Prior in 1982, if you wanted to have a great education, you came to America. Period. And everybody knew it. The Department of Education came into being. Since that time, we now rank 44th worldwide. We outspend every nation in the world on education.
I also think that's twice
per student. Sorry?
Yeah, I think that's also twice per student. So we spend like 2 nations per student.
Yeah. And I got challenged on that. I think somebody found some up-to-date information that disproves that, but that's okay. Understand that I don't think that most people understand the true depths of corruption that's in our system. The annual budget for the Department of Education is $800 billion a year. Almost none of that money actually goes to schools. It's almost all administrative cost. That means people that work in offices that don't actually teach kids. Why are we spending that much money on that? I've never had anyone be able to tell me why. I've never had anyone justify the existence of the Department of Education ever, beyond other than establishing standards for testing.
Well, you guys want to know a fun fact?
Sure.
Have you guys ever read the book Everyday Millionaires by Chris Hogan?
I have not.
You know the most millionaires that did not inherit it come from teachers?
That does not surprise me, actually. Probably not teachers, probably school administrators. I could believe that 100%.
No, it's from teachers because of the pensions.
Okay, I can believe that. But at any rate, so when we talk about these social programs, and I'm picking on the Department of Education because it's so obvious how literally corrupt and inept it is. Do you know that every year for the past like 8 or 10 years, they have about a $10 billion expenditures that they can't. They don't know where it went. They know they spent the money, but they don't know what they spent it on. $10 billion. And what do they call it? Unaccounted for funds. $10 billion.
Also known the funds for my friends.
You're holding on to them?
No,
You
the
got them in
funds
your
for my
back pocket?
friends.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
when I'm in power, I have a little place. It's called the fund for my friends, also known as the unaccounted for.
Unaccounted for
money
funds.
that I
It's
spend on my
probably
friends.
you know what? The receipts are in the envelope marked unaccounted for funds. That's where the receipts are.
Well,
and I'm not really picking.
That's my friend's name legally.
Yeah, legal name. So, and look, I'm not. And Gigi, I appreciate the question. I really do. In a perfect world, your community, your local community takes care of you, right? For example, your church, your local churches, various youth organizations, philanthropists. It always bugs me to no end that we shit on philanthropists so much these days. Because if somebody gives like for example, my son's school, they have a $70,000 a year endowment from one of the people that taught there for years and is just really loves the school and wants it to do well. And he's retired now and he did very well over his career and I think he had some other businesses as well. But $70,000 a year goes to the school from this one person in an endowment. And nobody even ever mentions the endowments that the public schools get. As a matter of fact, even if if I were to, if instead of paying $240,000 a year in taxes, if I paid $240,000 and built a new gym at the local high school, and they put my name on it, that would be cool. But if I paid that $240,000, it wouldn't be used to build the gym. And even if it was, they wouldn't put my name on it. They put some social justice warrior's name on it because, George Floyd, right?
So. That's true.
So you can always do Great Flow, the Great Floyd, if you want.
Yeah.
The Great Floyd gymnasium.
They call it the Grift Bro Gym.
The Grift Bro.
But I mean, so seriously, I look. So I grew up dirt poor. This is I'm going to tell you why I'm warped this way. I grew up dirt poor. A couple of times throughout my childhood, I know that my mom was on food stamps and whatnot, but she always got off of it as soon as she could. My grandparents helped. The whole family helped. The church helped. I remember getting school clothes from the local church. One of the reasons why I am as devoted as I am is because I saw the giving in church growing up. And I have zero patience or understanding for communities that shame, make fun of, and harass churches and people who want to do good and then turn around and have their fucking hand out for every tax dollar they can fucking get. So fuck those people.
So you think our tax dollars should only be going toward purposes such as infrastructure, roads, bridges, protecting the communities, such as polices. You are kind of on the same tone as I am, that charity should come from the heart, not from taxpayers.
Yep. I think that there should not be any federal tax. of any kind.
Except
think
for the tariffs.
Well, we can tax other countries.
Exactly. That's what
we don't tax our. There should be no American citizen should pay the federal government a dime. The federal government should generate money through access to national parks, through bonds like they used to, by using their money wisely. Back when they had bankers involved, actual bankers, not morons. And military spending. Military spending should be done on a bond basis as well. If we want to buy a fleet of new tanks, they should run a bond rally and have, they should grift just like the rest of us.
I'll take it a step further and say there should be no property tax.
No, there shouldn't be property tax. And Texas is about to get rid of property tax. So
I hope so, because I live in Texas.
The state taxes are separate from federal.
Yeah, but I don't have a problem with states levying a tax. Okay. If my county wants to put a road tax on for me to use the roads in my county, fine.
But I'm gonna let you continue with your stream. Thank you for having me on.
Oh, absolutely, Emmett. Great to have you, man. You look tired. Emmett, you should get some sleep.
No, Emmett, before you leave, stay away from Grace Thorpe.
Grace Thorpe? Are you dating Grace Thorpe now? Does Kissy Cat know you're cheating?
What the? Okay, first off, what the fuck was that comment?
Trash Panda News, always remember.
What the fuck were both of those comments?
Trash Panda News, always remember.
Okay. One, not dating Grace. Will not date Grace.
Yeah, don't date Grace. You're too young to do that to yourself.
She's young, and there is another person in that relationship that I don't want to date ever. And it doesn't matter if I have a good relationship with this. I just don't want to date the other person in that throuple, okay? So it's not gonna happen.
You don't want to be a throuple with Ben?
Exactly. That's what I meant. It's a joke. Allegedly, I have nothing, no litigation. It was just a joke, just saying.
Yeah, no litigation on Emmett.
No
litigation.
Okay. And the other one is I'm not dating anybody. Just letting everybody know.
Just sucking toes.
So it doesn't go in.
Yeah.
If you want to bring drama, Rain, okay, I will start with the fucking drama, okay? I don't have a problem with that. But it's on you. So when Marte comes up and he's mad about it, remember that it's on you, okay?
Emmett, can I just say, before you hop out, you gave me one of my first debates on your channel, and I'm forever grateful for it.
Okay. But I'm just letting you know, because people think I'm really mean, and I will be, but I don't want to do it, so.
And go build a Warhammer figure, man.
Who the fuck?
This is so good. This is so good. The Emmett and Erica Kirk dating rumors are true.
I'm just asking questions.
Just asking the question, man. I gotta ask the question.
You don't get to ask those questions.
That's funny. That's funny. But no, look, Emmett's a grown man. He can do what he wants.
Yeah.
Yeah, even Grace.
Ben, apparently. Don't do Ben. Don't do that.
No.
No throuple with
I won't do that one. I can do almost anything that I want, but not that one. I won't do that one.
Oh, man.
Allegedly.
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 For real,
don't get sued. Don't get me sued.
That is what I'm doing. I'm trying to avoid the lawsuit. Okay, it was a joke. It's not real. Never happened. Disclaimer.
This is it for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah.
For real,
I think Emmett would like. I think Emmett and Lauren Southern would be probably like, he can fix her. He
does feel like Destiny.
The fucking icon of evil. No.
What about Lauren De Laguna? Look, like all of the Laurens, right? Like you have Lauren De Laguna. You can fix Lauren.
Nothing that has been touched by destiny. Nothing ever.
Also, Lauren Chen.
I don't.
Lauren Chen. She's here in Nashville, but she's married. I mean, you know.
Wait, Chen is married.
That doesn't mean nothing.
I mean, allegedly.
She's also like Russian.
No, she's not Russian. She's Chinese.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I don't like communists.
You don't like communists?
No, I don't.
Like
they make the best capitalists though, because they've lived under communism. They're like, we ain't going back. Hell no. We ain't going back. You can't make us.
Cubans are like that too.
That's the best thing about Chinese people. When they come over here and they're like, wait, there's no communism? I don't have. What? Wait, what? I ain't going back.
I can actually own stuff, and I don't have to have like ghost cities to hold some value. Yeah.
Yeah. Emmett bought candy in Utah in November. He's legally obligated to marry my sister, but he ran away. Okay. I mean, if he's legally obligated.
What?
I didn't realize he was Mormon, but okay. Oh, Kel can fix Emmett.
But no.
Kel can fix Emmett. I think that's like turned over, something like that.
Kel can fix me. Kel's I don't want to talk about Kel. Okay, Kel's a retarded person. I don't have anything to do with her, thank God. Unless they have a DNI. So I'm so happy. It's like the best thing that any bitch can give me. It's like, I'm gonna give you a do not interact law. Thank you, bitch. That was the perfect gift. So I'm not gonna go into that. I'm happy with that.
I do think Kel could fix you. Yeah, Emmett. We'll and you're coming to Dallas, so you'll be able to come hang out.
Yeah, it will be fun. I don't know if you still want to do the faith thing. I would be happy to do that one.
Yeah, I want to talk. Yeah, we'll set up something. It's because I think that there's a really good discussion to be had about faith and what is actual faith and what is like performative and kind of. I think it's a really good discussion. We kind of touched on it the other night. Or last night. I really want
like
to finish.
Performative virtue. I love performative virtue.
I
this. Oh my God! And then they're like, I will do it better than you. But it's nothing. Yeah.
What's up, Grand Designs? Hey, we're all over here on YouTube, and you're all alone over there on Twitch, man. If you want to roll over here, that'd be cool.
Nonsense. I still
that way you won't be talking to yourself.
I don't know who your sister is, but I don't remember ever buying. I mean, I do buy candy in Utah. I live in Utah, but I don't remember it saying in a disclaimer that if I bought that candy, I was gonna get married or something.
So the thing is, Emmett, that's what you get for getting drunk. That one time
in my house. You got married. How? I was in my house, in my room, and I woke up in my room. Yeah, well, it happens. It's like, oh
yeah. Somebody's gonna do that hot tub time machine video of you being all over. You're like, you went to Vegas, Emmett. Did you not know you went to Vegas?
Came back the full trip back and forth while drunk and kind of passed out. Yeah.
What's up, Never Lucky Rubber Ducky? Good to see you out there, my man. Good
Yo, Ducky's here.
Yeah.
Oh,
we got two ducks.
Yeah. I'll be seeing you guys. Thank you so much for having me on. Take care.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Good to see you. We'll talk soon. The great Emmett, ladies and gentlemen.
Wrong place.
Wrong button. Gotta hit the
wrong
gotta hit the button. So Gigi, do you have any questions, concerns? You're new here. Do you want to? Are you getting a feel for the show?
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing. Just sit back and listening. Just trying to figure out how Streamlabs works.
It works awesome. It works really cool. So I like it a lot. it's my preferred one to use. So yeah. Man, socialism. What a great topic. A great topic. So
Well, let me ask you a question, if I may,
yeah,
Mr.
absolutely.
Grid.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
What do you think the current state of the Iran war is going with Trump and everything?
I think I keep waiting for Iran to like smarten up and stop losing, but they just keep wanting to lose. So I guess we'll just keep letting them. You know, I mean, it's at some point it's going to get like, it's going to go really dirty. And I admire Trump right now for, you know, for prosecuting the war in a very aggressive manner, but at the same time honoring the no boots on the ground promise that he made. So I actually think that like that's actually that takes some talent, because any other president by now would have said, yeah, sorry folks, we got to put boots on the ground, we got to do this, we got to do that, you know, interest of American interest. And Trump's like, nope, we're just going to sit back and bomb the crap out of you.
So if I can follow up on that, what do you think Hegseth wants to do?
Hegseth wants to turn Iran into a parking lot.
So do you think Trump's holding Hegseth back, or is Hegseth holding Trump back?
Yeah, I think so. I think Trump is ambivalent. I think Trump just wants the result. He's not a military mind. He's not I missed some. I'm sorry, I got distracted. Grand Design says, I'm sorry. I got sidetracked. I found an unhinged half-wit leftist I should debate. I'm interested.
Do it.
He is streaming under here as Ancom Ultra Runner. How can you be an anarcho-communist and be leftist? Oh, an anarcho-communist. Okay. All right. Interesting. If he was an ANCAP, that would make more sense. But okay, I mean, what would he want to debate? It'd have to be really interesting, because most things bore me now. But anyway, back to the war thing. I think Hegseth wants to just literally turn Iran into a parking lot, put a couple of Walmarts, maybe a Dunkin' Donuts and a Wendy's, and call it a day. That's what I think Hegseth wants to do. I think Trump is just like, no, let's, you know, let's be a little bit more political. Let's try and, you know, kind of work, you know. I think Trump's plan, and I'm just going to go back to what he said back in March. And that is, what he wants is he wants us out of the Middle East. So to do that, he has a plan in place of these 8 or 9, or I think it's 8, but I don't remember the exact number, but it just seems like it's 8. These 8 nation states who are going to take over as the enforcement arm in the Middle East. And to do that, they needed everybody needed to be on the same page. And Iran has been a pain in the ass for 70 fucking years. And so now, partially our fault, okay, because we sent the CIA over there and we did some shady shit. I'm not saying that we're blameless here, but it was 70 fucking years ago. I mean, some people hold a grudge, but damn. So if you want to have so right now the United States acts as the world police, and we all know that, right? Can we all agree? Can we all of us agree? Okay. We act as a world police, and we should not. Trump doesn't like that we act as a world police because it's very expensive, and everybody fucking hates us. Nobody likes the cops, man. Nobody likes the cops. Till you need one, and then you only like them this much. After that, nobody likes cops anymore, right? So nobody likes the U.S., right? We used to be the saviors of the world, and everybody loved us. But over the last 70 years of being the world police and literally policing the world, nobody likes us anymore. And I think Trump's like, yeah, that sucks. I don't want to do that anymore. So he's got, I think it's Kuwait, Jordan, Israel, Saudi, the UAE, and Qatar, and there's a couple others that are all going to form this protectorate, if you will. I don't know what they're calling it. I'm calling it that.
Isn't there an accords though that they have that he wants Iran to sign?
Yes,
the Abrams Accord.
Yeah, that he just wants them to follow the Abraham Accords, and then these other nations are going to enforce the Abraham Accords. Okay, that's the way.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, that's what Trump wants, and I think that if he can get Iran to stop being dumbasses long enough, they will go. They'll fall back into line. The problem is that. The problem as I see it is that Iran is so fractured, there is no central leadership to have a treaty with. So I don't know how this is going to end. You understand? Like it would be, the equivalent of going down, of trying to get Africa all on the same page, right? Like you would never get Mali to sign off on, or Chad, or whatever. I don't remember the name of that other little piece of shit country down in Africa, but you would never get them to sign off on anything. And so this is the real problem that Trump has, is getting, but he's done something it's incredibly unique, and he's got these countries to agree to be the enforcement arm in their world, in their area, which is incredible. That's like nobody, that's inconceivable, right? And if that happens and Iran at least has some level of peace, it's going to work. But what the fear has been is that if the US pulled out, Iran was going to bully Iraq, their neighbor, into, which they've done before. There's a track record of this. Of Iran bullying their neighbor into joining them, and those two would attack the other nations. And Israel's already fighting one war. Saudi Arabia really doesn't want to fight a war and probably wouldn't do much. But now that now that everybody's kind of in this, I think that it's a matter of time at this point. But how long it takes is anybody's guess. And honestly, I don't think Trump cares. As far as Trump is concerned, this can go on and on and on, because it's not really hurting us that much, but it's really hurting China. It's really hurting some of Europe and Russia. And you have to understand the bigger picture of what Trump is doing, and that is while he is not taking us off the petrodollar scale, he's making us less dependent on it, because he's effectively setting it up so that the United States controls where the oil goes, how it goes there, and where the money goes when it's paid for. You understand? So one of the biggest problems we've had over the last 70 years is that these terrorists are able to sell oil to Russia or Afghanistan or China or Venezuela or wherever the fuck. They've been able to sell this oil in exchange for weapons or cash or drugs, which they turned into cash. And so pardon me. And so when you have this stuff happening, it's detrimental to the United States. It's detrimental to our security. And so if he can, and with Venezuela, he proved that it doesn't matter who is in charge of Venezuela. We control where that oil goes. They can't, they can't send a ship out that we won't stop and we won't enter. We won't seize. They can't do any of that. And so what we've effectively done is, without having to control the means of production, without having to take possession or otherwise control the source, we control where it goes, how it goes there, and where the money goes, and all in the U.S. interest. And that's a master stroke. Like it redefines the way the economy works. Plus, it prevents billions of dollars being siphoned off into these terrorist groups and countries that don't like us and would use that money against us. So that's what Trump's done, and that's what he's doing. And so he honestly, I don't think Trump cares if the war lasts another 5 years. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. That's my personal opinion. I could be wrong. I don't know him. It's not like he called me up and talked to me last night and told me his plan or anything. I'm just saying.
Well, kind of my issue with what's going on with the conflicts is
Sure.
we have a lot of Ukrainian men dying.
Sure.
And no one seems to care anymore. Like after October 7th, the Ukrainian cause, like basically no one in America cares anymore. And at what point do the Ukrainians just start saying, like, if the Americans aren't going to support us, NATO is not supporting us, even the EU is not supporting them, what's to stop them from just saying, like, hey, like, we're on our own. Why shouldn't we just join an alliance with Russia?
I think that'd be awesome if they did.
I do too.
I kind of do too.
I don't see the problem with that. I think that the best thing that could possibly happen is for Russia to seize control of Ukraine and now I can't think of that dumbass's name.
Zelensky.
Zelensky faced charges for his crimes against the world. I would love that. I think that's the best thing ever. I think that's the best possible outcome. I mean, it would suck for Ukraine, but Zelensky brought that war on, and it's one of those things where people kind of distort what happened with that how the war started. It started out where Putin went down and told Crimea that, hey, if you try and close off access to this port, we're going to fuck you up. And Crimea said, no, you're not. And they shut down the port, and Putin went in there and fucked them up. Took 10 days? It wasn't a long war.
Yeah.
And Zelensky, was allowing access. I mean, he wasn't allowing access. Up until that point, Ukraine had allowed access to, and I can never remember, it's not St. Petersburg. It's the only all year. It's the only all year deep water port that Russia has access to. All of Russia's other ports where they can ship things in and out of are warm weather
Black
ports.
Sea.
Yeah, they're all warm weather ports because they freeze in winter, and you don't get anything in or out of there very easily for months. I mean, they have icebreakers and stuff like that, but their shipping is highly impacted. And so it's very important to Russia to have access to this port. Zelensky knew that, and he picked the fight. I think Zelensky was put up to it by Obama Biden. I can't prove that. I just think that. And I think they all thought that Putin was going to blink. The problem is that if you know anything about Putin, Putin doesn't blink. If you punch him in the face, he's going to kick you in the nuts. That's how he works. So I find it interesting that Zelensky came to power in a coup that it really seems like that we had a lot to do with. I don't like that. And I mean, there's just a lot to it. And I think our involvement with Ukraine in this war stretches the imagination and the way that Zelensky has disrespected Americans this entire time is nuts. It's insane. And the fact that and I think that's why you don't see anyone talking about supporting the Ukraine war right now at all, because it's insane to do so. It's insane to think that. So.
Well, I always looked at it as a reverse Cuban Missile Crisis, because the Cuban Missile Crisis, we were concerned about Russians putting missiles in Cuba, which is on our border. And then when the Russians, after all these years of peace, said, like, hey, we don't want to do this again, just sign a treaty and just put in the paper that y'all won't expand NATO into our neighboring country, and nothing will happen. And
But NATO's about to collapse anyway. I mean, like, NATO's a paper tiger at this point. I understand it. It's not that I don't understand it. It's just the question becomes why? Why does this matter? I can't think of any good reason why any of it matters. NATO's a paper tiger. NATO doesn't matter anymore. The UN doesn't matter anymore. The entire controversy over not allowing Ukraine and Russia to have nukes is irrelevant now, because I'm pretty sure they both have nukes, even though Ukraine wasn't supposed to, and they gave them up. I would not be surprised if they have nukes. Can't prove it, but I wouldn't be surprised. I just don't think any of this. I think that this is all massive power play by Zelensky, and the reason that he won't end the war, the instant he ends the war and they have an election, he is going to probably go to jail. And
as he should.
So
there's a lot of corruption going on in that country.
Yeah. Yeah. So I can't, I just can't. Yeah. I guess as a non-interventionist and constitutionalist, I absolutely disavow our involvement in the Ukraine war and Israel. Like, I'm really glad that we've not loaned Israel any troops, and we haven't really done anything but sell them some weapons, which we were doing anyway. I'm really glad about that, because why would we? Why would we do that? Right. And I think it's interesting that everyone was like, well, you know, Trump's under the control of Israel, but yet Trump literally told Netanyahu, you need to shoot missiles into Iran or we're cutting off all our deals with you. Now that should tell you who the bitch in that relationship is. Right? And you know who fired missiles into Iran? Israel. So I don't know. I think that it's there's a bunch of nonsense out there.
Well, can I give you a little, I don't want to call it pushback, but
sure. Yeah, you can get, dude, you can always have your own opinion, man. That's totally cool.
But I just don't like the idea that American taxpayers, we send money to Israel, and then the deal with us sending money to Israel is they had to buy American weapons, which
right.
to me looks like a giant money laundering scheme.
Well, we have those deals with almost everybody, though, right? So, except actually, like, we send money to Japan and don't require them to buy anything. We send money to the UK. We don't require them to buy anything. We just send it to them because as foreign aid. We send money to Haiti. They don't buy shit from us. We require Israel to buy from us, because why wouldn't we? And it's kind of the amount of money we give them, right? They need to buy weapons. We know they're in the market to buy weapons. And we would just as soon sell them American missiles as have the Koreans sell them Korean missiles. I don't think that most people understand what the world market for weapons really is and what it looks like. But right now, Korea makes some really nice damn missiles that a lot of countries. I mean, France buys missiles from Korea. They should be
I
buying
gotta
them from
go,
us.
guys. Y'all have a good one.
Well, thank you for coming up, Gigi. I hope to see you back in the show sometime.
All righty.
All right. Have a great night.
Y'all too.
All right. So I'm going to do this with Grand Design says he is misrepresenting himself. He's not an ANCOM. He wants dictatorship of the proletariat, banning second house owners, and he likes woke stuff. That's weird. That doesn't sound like this guy that he wants me to debate. I'm not talking to him in his chat since he lashed out last time for trying to counter his delusional narrative. I understand that. I get that. Chat aren't chatting. That's true. You guys are being awfully quiet. Awfully quiet. For some reason. So, but so you're in Texas?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. That's cool. We're gonna be in Texas doing an event, so that'll be fun.
Oh yeah, I'm going to DebateCon.
Yeah, we'll be doing. I do a pre-event for DebateCon every year.
Yeah, Jake Vart told me about it.
Okay. Yeah. How far back was that comment made by Grand Designs? Let's see. He was in. That's on Twitch. You guys can't. Only I can see it because it's on Twitch. It was at 8:43, but it's on Twitch. Yes, we do a pre-con. That's right, pre-con. No, it's on Twitch. Smoking Spaceman. I told him to come over here, but he likes being over there in the cave on Twitch. So, doesn't it show differently when they're on Twitch? I don't know. The U side, that's right. Yeah, it's interesting. So all of this stuff with Connor and Destiny, Food Chops has been covering, or Food Shop. So I can never say that person's name right. Had FU YouTube. I said it. Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, some of the drama between the channels is more interesting than the political topics.
Like how so?
Like Rob Noor and Sarah Tomato.
Okay.
Like it's like so soap opera-ish, but it's like so pro wrestling at the same time. And
okay,
I have no issues with that guy Dusty. I actually think Dusty is limiting.
Well, Dusty's awesome. He was in the chat earlier.
No, like, and I'm just going because it's just me and you talking right now.
Yeah.
I think Dusty has like so much potential, but he just needs to drop that drama shit. Like, because when I hear Dusty talk about like conspiracies and stuff, I'm like, yo, like Dusty, I want to hear you talk more about that. But then he's just like, oh, Andrew, oh, Rob, all this. It's like,
yeah, I mean, it's fine that it's fine that Andrew, pardon me, that Dusty, kind of picks at Andrew a little bit. That's just part of the space. Andrew certainly can take care of himself and doesn't have any problem going back and forth between with Dusty. So that, it's cool. I like Dusty. I think Dusty's, for the most part, he's a pretty cool dude. And he's genuine and he's honest. And one of the things I'm less right now about a person's politics. Like, I actually don't have a problem with Connor, or I didn't have a problem with Connor until he proved himself as to be less than honest, right? If you're going to be less than honest, then you and I can't have. I just can't have a productive conversation with you.
Oh yeah, but it's just like when I listen to Dusty talk, and I'm like, Dusty has a great speaking voice,
Yeah,
and
no, he's a
some
good dude. And
it's
he's very honest, and to me he's very real. Like he's not going to lie to you. If he doesn't like you, he's just going to tell you he doesn't like you. If he fucks up, so, and one of the things I kind of judge people by, and this is probably wrong, but probably not. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. So one of the things I judge people by is if you have a wrong opinion, right? Or let's just say that let's say that you and I are discussing something, and I say something like, uh, the sky is green, right? And you're like, you idiot, the sky is blue. And I go, oh, you know what? You're right. It is blue. I misspoke. Or, hey, I was just thinking of, grass is green, whatever. And just being able to, or, having that kind of, Dusty's one of those guys that would say, oh yeah, I fucked up. Right. Or if he has the wrong opinion, right? So if he thought that I was being a dick, and I like show him that, hey, I'm not actually being a dick to you, he would be like, okay, that's my bad. That's fair. You're not really doing what I thought you were doing. And Clover Tech, I sent you the link. Bring yourself up here. It is a foreign hat. It's a British hat. It's not a Boston hat like Brian Shabby Shabiro. Yeah, that's it. The Brian guy. He
now.
wears a Boston Scally hat, which is a ripoff of this. This is a proper English gentleman's hat called a flat cap.
Let me just tell you, as someone who works in the music industry as a promoter for concerts and local shows,
Yeah.
Dusty has so much potential. He just needs to let go of like that drama stuff, because the way he talks, like he has a great speaking voice.
Sure.
He's very intelligent. There's so many other great things he can talk about, because when I heard him talk with Jay Dyer about conspiracies, I was really invested in that. And I just think like Dusty's trying to like find a lane that's not him. But like if he gets into like the lane of like, hey, like kind of like a radio host, where
Yeah.
he's just like talking about like the news of the day and stuff, Dusty has so much potential.
Yeah, no, I mean, Dusty's he's a good dude. I mean, I don't, and just beyond his content, I just think he's a good dude. I don't have any real problem with Dusty at all. So
Yeah, it's just like I hate to see someone that has so much potential wasted on like, I'm gonna beef with internet drama, when he can be like making some great original content.
I mean, yeah, I mean that's his choice. That's what he does. So
Yeah.
Yep. So what else you got for me?
Oh, let's see. Okay. Oh, dang. I don't know if I have the place to talk about this or not.
Okay, go ahead.
What do you think is the future of YouTube and the space that like you're in right now?
I have no idea. If I knew that, I would make bets and stuff, but I have no idea. Just none at all.
Nah, because it's just like, I'm a big fan of pro wrestling, and there was a wrestling bubble a few years ago.
Sure.
And
there's a wrestling bubble every few years.
Yeah. And what I'm saying right now is, personally speaking, I am done with blood sport debates. Like, it just doesn't amuse me anymore. Unless it's like Andrew versus like Andrew Tate. I don't care. So like, how do you find the balance between like putting out content and like keeping people entertained.
So I mean, me personally, I just limit my exposure to stupidity as much as I possibly can. What's up, Cleaner? How are you? Or not Cleaner, Clover Tack. I'm sorry, I was looking at chat.
You just unlimited it or yeah, yourself to stupidity because you let me in. You fucked up.
Yeah, your mic is peaking for some reason. You have it like super hot or something?
God, no, I got to turn down to like 74%. Hang on.
How have you been, Clover?
That better? Worse?
That's way better.
Okay. I got it turned all the way down in StreamYard to 50%. Wow.
Yeah.
That's nuts. How about you? Been busy, been hot.
Yeah, it's still a little hot. I have to turn mine down all the time too. It'll start peaking.
No, I said been busy. It's been hot.
Yeah, it's definitely been hot.
I can turn it down more. Do I need to?
I think so. It's still peaking a little tiny bit.
Sounding good on my end.
Yeah, I think Grid just got
Pardon me.
earbuds. All it is. All right, that's like 1/3. Is that better?
It is better.
Yeah.
How are you tonight, Clover?
Me? I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good.
Good. You haven't been around much lately. I assume that you've been like super busy with stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I stay busy. Try to stay busy anyway.
Yeah. Well, I was supposed to be in Nebraska shooting zombies, and unfortunately, or not unfortunately, but my son is shooting the regionals for his sporting or his Clays team, and they finished today. So I won't
How'd
be.
Or how'd they do?
He did okay. One of the problems that team has, I think I've talked about this before, is that they don't get to practice during the fall. They didn't start practice this year until March. And regionals, so they get like rained out in March, they have bad weather. March gets too cold, whatever. So they really only had a few weeks in April and a couple of weeks in May because they have spring break in there too, to actually be able to shoot and get ready for regionals. And the progress they've made is phenomenal. They go from like their first practice in March, they're like barely hitting anything. They're not shooting very well. And then you see them like just a couple of weeks later and they're just killing it. But it's one of those things where if they were able to practice without a long layoff, it would be great. Unfortunately, that's just not how it works for them. So
yeah.
Although I think next year it's going to be different.
It's a perishable skill, right?
It is. It is. Just like shooting pistol. And clay shooting is tough no matter what. And so I've been talking to them about, hey, what you need to do. We needed to do a well, first of all, after state next month, they need to they can take a few weeks off, basically the month of July off, and then in August when they go back to school, they need to immediately start practicing when they come back in August and practice till November. And they don't have to practice 3 days a week or anything, but at least 1 or 2 days a week. They have a field on campus. So just let them stay after school. It's no problem. And so if they can practice and just stay, kind of in form until November, when all the holidays start happening and the weather truly changes here, they can take off November through, the middle of January. That's like 8 weeks. 10 weeks, and then they can maybe practice a little bit in January, but definitely by the middle of February or 1st of March, could be back to practicing and not have a layoff of over maybe 12 or 14 weeks where they're not shooting on campus. And, of course, if the weather's nice, I can take my son shooting anytime, but for these other kids, it's terrible. And, so I talked to the coach about it. I think they're on board with me. And we talked about doing some other stuff to help the team out. There's their idea that what they've been doing for practice the last couple of years is they literally just go out on the field, on the skeet field, and shoot around a skeet. They shoot, 2 or 3 boxes, whatever. And that's not conducive, right, to being good at it. So I talked them in. Go ahead.
Maybe some fundraisers and get a sim.
Yes, a sim. Doing I actually looked at a sim. My son wants a sim right now. There's a new one out that looks pretty good. But the big thing is that they need to start doing drills. We've been talking about how, humans learn things, and just going out and doing it often doesn't teach you anything. As a matter of fact, you can develop bad habits from doing it. But if you go out and you practice a drill and you just practice that over and over and over and over again, then more than likely you're going to be you're going to get better at it. You're going to refine and hone that skill. And so that, I think they're finally starting to recognize that they're not practicing. And obviously they don't take my word for it. They've talked to other coaches, and they're looking at how these other teams work. And so it's I think it's going to be good for next year. I think this is a rebuilding year. One of the problems they had is they did have a young man over the past couple of years who was very into shooting clays, very into it. And he just wanted to go shoot events, and he was good at it. He could kind of do things where he was just good at it. Right. And he wanted to go shoot all of these events. And he kind of pulled another teammate in with him, and it wasn't a team. It was these 2 guys and then everybody else. And so that guy's left the team. He's actually left the school. He went somewhere else, and now we're in kind of a reformative year this year. And I think that coming out of it, we're going to be pretty good. I think. And so I'm happy about that. And we're going to I got some other stuff going on. I've got Pat, my buddy Pat's going to be on tomorrow. He's hilarious. He's a competitive shooter. He's done tactical games type stuff, and he does 3-gun and pistol shooting. And he's just really, really funny. And we're going to talk about, so I'm going to do gun prattle tomorrow at 4. And we're going to have a really good discussion with Pat. And he took the win in TAC Ops at the Battle for the South. I came in 3rd. I would have probably been in 2nd had I not fucked up my rifle work as bad as I did. But I got my 3rd place trophy right here. So that's good. And we're going to have a great time. So yes, I'm going to interview the winner, the TAC Ops winner. And I might be able to get the overall winner to come on, but he's a very shy kid that won. So, and it's gonna be hilarious tomorrow. Never Lucky Rubber Ducky. Pat is very sarcastic. He's very funny, and we joke with each other all the time. As a matter of fact, I have this great picture of Pat. Let me see if I can find it really quick. Because it's we give each other a lot of crap you know, in my little like community of people, and you know, it's worth noting that we, you know, that we do that. We're not scared of being kind of mean to each other. So, you know, yeah. So
Yeah, what guys are supposed to do.
it is what guys are supposed to do, and certainly. So this is my buddy Pat. Now Pat lost a bet, and he had to, or a competition. You know, these guys made a bet, and whoever lost had to do this. And it, I think it's just fucking funny. So, and we'll just throw that up on screen now. There it is. So that's his chamber flag for his shotgun for the year. And it's a big one. And you can tell by the way he's gripping that weapon that he knows what he's doing. So, and so so we play rough a little bit, you know. So can you see that okay, Clover?
Yeah. That's hilarious.
It's pretty funny. So that's his chamber flag for his shotgun. Don't be a loser. don't make bets that you're not willing to own up to. And he did. He had that as his chamber flag for I think an entire season. So, but he's got a really good story. We're gonna have him on tomorrow night. It's gonna be great. And then, you know, just trying to get some stuff done, man. Making some content for Gun Prattle. I've got some video assets being made. I'm getting ready for Gun Con. All of the above. All of it. Got a lot of stuff going
close, man.
I know. I can't wait. I've been just trying to figure out, you know, what if I want to do more, or if there's a way for me to realistically do more gun content, or if a once a week kind of interview slash, you know, some kind of show, you know, maybe I'm trying to figure out the format that I want to go with right now, basically. So, but I'll figure it out. So,
well, the sad part is when you talk about gun content on YouTube, we're starting to get into what is typically the slow time.
Yeah.
That could be good or bad. That could be bad, because no matter what you do, you're probably not going to catch a whole lot of traffic. That can be good because it can allow you to play around and experiment with some things, right? So over the next, I don't know, 3 months, typically you start seeing it tick up, you know, August, September or so. But yeah, during the summer, that gun content is just usually horrible.
So I'm trying to reboot. So there used to be a podcast called The Three Gun Show. It was done by my friend Dave. And Dave did a great job with it. He basically patterned it after Joe Rogan's show, where he would just have a guest. He would interview them. He had a standard list of questions that he would ask, and a lot like Whatever, right? And it was kind of it wasn't the same show every time, but there was certainly a format that you got used to, and he would release a new show every Wednesday, and you know, so that I'm kind of trying to do that, but with some other aspects to it, because one of the problems that I think that Dave had was he was mostly he was interviewing like really kind of top level shooters, but also he would interview just normal people that would finish well and that sort of thing. And he actually started doing, and I thought this was a really popular aspect of his show, was what he called the local hero, right? Your local match hero, where the guys that can come out and they just smoke down a local, but they, when they go to a major and they're like mid pack because the gap is huge. So, and I thought that was very good because there's a lot of really good stories about how people came into the sport and where they want to go in the sport and all of that. And we've got a lot going on with PCSL and Two Gun and how they're going to do it. One of the things we're going to talk about tomorrow with from Battle of the South is why Battle of the South, which has been sold out, in past years, just had such a hard time. It didn't fill up this year. And I think my personal opinion is that it's not being promoted very well. So just people just don't know about it. And there has become a culture of there's become a culture of people who don't want to travel to matches anymore. They just want to do local shit. And a lot of that has, been fed into by the 22 the 22 PSL, or 22 NRL, the Precision Rifle League, or PRS matches, that where these guys aren't commuting, massive distances to shoot their matches. And the 3-gun is both regional and national. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a good conversation. The next few people I have on is going to be all about this. I'm going to have Aaron Hayes on. I think not this week. So I have Pat on, but I'll have Aaron Hayes on probably in the next week or so. I'm going to have Shade McMillan from H&M Black Nitride on. He's going to come on and talk about, the industry as a whole, what he's seeing, what the reality is out there as far as people actually customizing these guns and shooting them. And we're going to talk about, he's got some political stuff that he wants to talk about as well. I think it's going to be a great show. So Gun Prattle, I think I'm starting to be able to pick up steam on it. I just need to get some of the video assets and musical assets, some of the branding. I got to get the branding in place because it looks very amateurish right now, which it is. And I just need to get way more polished. I guess is right. Is kind of what I'm saying.
A lot of people will tell you that you don't worry about that. The issue that arises with not worrying about that up front is that's something that you oftentimes have to rush to try to do later. If you don't.
Yes. And I don't really have any momentum to lose right now. So,
right. Yeah, exactly.
So it's easier to do it now and build the brand and get the t-shirts made and get get some other stuff done. And it's easier to do that now than to try as I start gaining speed trying to do it. Right. And so I got a lot going on around me. And I bought an airplane. I'm flying it. I haven't been able to fly for a week and a half because it's been raining pretty much every damn day. I'm hoping to fly this week. Yeah, it's going to be.
Speaking of the projects or whatever.
Sure.
I did get the Mustang running. I got the
nice
fuel pump in it. I ended up dropping the tank, man. I looked at it. It was easy enough. I didn't even really have to pull the tank. I dropped it enough because if you know anything about those Mustangs, the pump is that 2-piece style pump, right? That you got the part that sits down in there and clips in, and then you've got where all your connections go, at the top of the tank and the seal, and that's connected by hoses and wires, right? So you don't have this big long unit that you got to manipulate. You got to have a lot of room, and so I was able to drop the tank actually on the jack with the body of the car jacked up and supported enough that all of that come out with like zero issue, man. Put that in, it fired right up. Ran like shit because the gas is bad, of course, but had to work on the radio, obviously, because the radio didn't work. That was a loose wire, which was weird. Other than the radio, everything else I drove it up and down the road. Transmission shifts, it didn't overheat and it ran forever. The AC will freeze your balls. Like shit, it's doing good.
Sounds like
So,
you're winning.
yeah, I ordered brakes, oil filter, fuel filter, brakes all the way around. Oil, fuel filter, air filter, all the filters, right? Wiper blades, all the lights work on the damn thing. So it, don't even have to mess with that. And tires, order tires for it. Yesterday, I think yesterday I ordered all that stuff, but so another week maybe, and it'll be on the road.
Cool, that's awesome. Yeah,
I'm sold, but it'll be on the road nonetheless.
Right. I've got some stuff to do around here that I've got. So I've got my rental house that they're cleaning up this week, or they're cleaning up the property this week. The house is clean. I'm trying to get that rented in the next week or so, and then I've got I've got to get some stuff around this house taken care of, as long as it's not raining, and we just around the property. I'm trying to get as much flying in as I can, but I got a lot going on, and Aiden's got to be ready for state in a week and a half, or not a week and a half, like I think it's like 3 weeks till state. So it's gonna be busy, man. It's gonna be really busy, and so we'll see how everything goes. And then my wife wants to go to Florida for like a week. I don't know how that's going to work out, but we'll figure that out when I get there. So I don't know. This summer is just like, it's crazy. Like I feel like that every summer gets more and more ridiculous as far as demands on my time goes. So we'll see. But how's the so what are you doing anything cool? Are you testing any cool guns? What are you doing out there?
I got in the new Blue Label series from Gerson, not Gerson. What's the name of that company? Balicki or
EAA
or whatever. EAA, imported by EAA. I just say EAA because I can't pronounce the name, whatever it is. But EAA got the new Blue Label in 28 gauge. So I've been playing around with it a little bit. I love me some 28. So been playing around with it and been playing around with these Tag Precision sights. Really love them. So been doing some work for them with all that stuff. I put some in my very old first gen Springfield XT9 here a couple days ago, and I've got them in a couple Glocks. So yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Trying to think
cool.
what else I've got, but recently anyway. Oh, I've got that 5.7 Rock. Still playing around with it a little bit.
The 5.7 what?
Rock from PSA. Their little 5.7 pistol, which is surprising.
I think I saw that at SHOT, but I didn't really pay much attention to it.
So I've never been a PSA fan. I actually had this conversation with them. I talked with them a couple of days ago about something unrelated. And I said, hey, well, I got y'all on. I said, got to give you a compliment. I said, never been a PSA fan. I said, not that your stuff's garbage or anything. Just nothing really ever impressed me that much. I said, y'all know that. They were like, yeah. And I said, this fucking 5.7 Rock is the best 5.7 handgun out there. Hands down, period. And so I kind of
Really?
went through the list, and I'm like, yeah, it's better than the FN, but like this, it's better than the Ruger by a little bit. You know, admittedly, it's not a whole lot better than the Ruger, but it's better than the Ruger. Obviously better than the Kel-Tec, better than the Smith and Wesson. Yeah, I mean,
I haven't seen the Smith, but I thought the Kel-Tec was pretty good.
yeah, the Kel-Tec's a Kel-Tec's a problem with the Kel-Tec.
That's you're discriminating.
Like it Kel-Tec, there's no, in no universe is the fucking Kel-Tec gonna beat the Ruger or maybe the FN, but there's no in no universes does it beat the PSA or the Ruger. It's just not refined enough, and that's across the board with their stuff. Kel-Tec does some cool shit. Refinement is not one of them.
I don't know. I mean, I like I think the RDB is one of the best bullpups out there.
It's still not refined. There's no
How is it
refinement to
not?
it at all. There's
What do you
no
mean?
refinement to that, dude. It's got sharp edges everywhere. It feels like it feels like somebody in their garage injection molded it with plastic. It like,
I mean, they did.
come on, right? But that's my point. It is what it is, bro. Like,
I don't know. I think
fine,
that
it's
my
fine,
RDB
but
is like
but it is
pretty
what
well
it is.
done. I'm
Know
trying to
your
think.
lane. Know your lane, man. You know.
I think my RDB is a pretty well put together gun. I would actually give you that, like, so I have their SU-16, which is the like the 5.56 rifle.
That's that fold under weird.
Yeah, it has a fixed or fold under stock. Yeah, I've got that, and that I would actually give you that it's not particularly refined because, like, I think the front sight is plastic. It's like maybe I don't know. I've never used iron sights on it, but and like I've got the sub 2000. The first couple of sub 2000s, I would buy them and I didn't like them and I would sell them because they just sucked. They just didn't fit my need. The one I have now, I actually like. Like, there's still a couple of things that I'm like, come on, guys. Like, by now you should have a better part for this or something like that. Like, I don't like the way their charge handle kind of works, right? I just think it could be better, but I don't think it's that bad. And then I'm going through down the list of now, but my RDB is I feel like I don't have any. There's no sharp metal edges. The mag release is integrated to where it's, for me, it's just a thumb motion to drop the mag. And I've got the 32 and the 9mm pocket pistols, and they're both comfy to carry. I'm trying to think. I don't know that I agree with that. Like, now I do have their Neo or whatever, the 22 target pistol thing. And I would agree that they rushed the shit out of that one, because like the Picatinny rail is molded plastic and it looks like it was molded plastic.
Is that goofy looking one that's got like almost like a really crazy extended beaver tail, like the receiver and all comes out way back past the grip?
Yeah, I think it does. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd have to go look at it. I don't mean, it doesn't seem that weird to me, but yeah, I'm sure that's probably what you're talking about. Yeah, it's just a space gun looking thing, and I think they did that on purpose. And it's like their target pistol kind of thing, and it's super accurate. Like, it is ridiculously accurate, but I don't know. I would agree with you that
when you say
it's
Neo,
not like super cool.
I think about the Beretta. So
yeah, and it's not the Neo. It's the N22 or KN20. Well, I forget what the designation is, but
right,
doesn't matter. I would agree with you on that pistol because
It's
it looks
not
like
the
it was.
same.
And I have an early one. I do have an early one, so maybe they've made some progress.
Yeah.
But mine looks like it was rushed to market, right?
That's my gripe
Yeah.
with all of it. All of it kind of seems that way to me, but they all
Yeah.
seem prototypish. That's just a theme.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I
they
had
are
an
what they are.
RD.
Like I said, I mean, High Point same way. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
I don't
I
have
had
to
an
go with, like, major
RFB, the
complaints.
308. I had an RFB 308 and it was higher. I mean, if you put it next to a Steyr or a MSAR, it made those look like pieces of crap. Like it was like miles of, and it actually worked, which not all my Steyrs worked, but I like that the RFB. The RFB was the 308 that pushed the cases out the front. I always thought that was cool.
Yeah. And it all comes down to, like I try to be fair. I have my preferences and reasons why.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of it.
I'm gonna stand by all that shit. But that being said, that's not me telling you that I don't own that and I would never own one because
no, I get it. I'm trying to understand the criticism and and I'm not certain. I'm certain I didn't.
Like here's the thing, dude. I mean, let's pick a name brand been around for years that has a even worse cult following than Keltec, CZ, right? I own CZs. I'm not a CZ fanboy. Like I acknowledge them for what they are, and I don't like them for what they're not. It's just the way it is.
Yeah,
I'm pretty agnostic when it comes to, and you know that I'm pretty agnostic when I say.
Yeah, agnostic. I mean, I like them all.
I want them all. Yeah, I like them all and want them all. They've all got a place to me.
I mean, I can be critical of some, but like for example, I know I have not shot it, but I've fondled several of the 5.7 not high points, the Keltecs, and I mean the ergonomics feel good to me. I don't have any problem with any of I don't, and my understanding is they work, unlike the Browning that you either got a good one or a bad one. They just seem to work. So maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe I've got bad information. Maybe I should buy one before I start talking about it. But yeah, I'm
not going to discourage you from buying any gun. So come to the
I know. Have you shot the Keltec 5.7?
Fuck yeah! Why would I be sitting here telling you that
this is
better? That's better if I do.
Yeah,
so
but I mean, does it?
So number one, take the ones I'm talking about. I'm talking about the PSA, I'm talking about the Ruger, talking about the FN, the Smith & Wesson, and the Keltec. I will tell you.
I don't know anything about the Smith & Wesson. I haven't touched one. I haven't.
The Keltec is the only one I've seen consistent feed problems and stuff with. Consistent.
Really? Okay.
Yes. So there's that. And then outside of that it looks and feels like crap to me. Because of the just the way Keltecs are. It's a common theme to me across Keltecs with that.
Yeah.
That being said, but being fair, let's be fair. I think the FN looks like shit and feels like shit. So
I think the FN feels good in my hand, but it's weird. It looks weird.
Like the grip angle, and it looks bumped up on the front. It looks like it's got a pig nose or something on. It's weird looking.
Yeah, it is weird. I'm going to grant you that. And now the FNs that I've dealt with did not actually like shoot well. I don't know if that's the case across the board, or maybe I just was bad. It's just bad.
The P90 is not a pistol. We're talking pistols out there.
Yeah. What about my buddy like champions the Ruger big time. So I'm not a 5.7 guy. I'm going to be honest here. I never jumped on the 5.7 train. I think it's interesting. I think it's an interesting round. I think that when I was looking at it, it was stupidly expensive, and I just could not in any way, shape, or form justify it.
Oh, it's almost impossible to reload. You can't
reload it. It's
You can.
you know,
You can.
I
But
know
it's
you
a fucking-
can, but
it's a
mere
fucking
mortals
nightmare.
cannot.
Yeah. It's kind of like trying to load I don't even know, some crazy Wildcat old school
Yeah.
22 or 17 caliber
It's like
something.
trying to reload 17 Hornet. There are people that do it,
Yeah.
but why?
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Exactly. Good analogy. Ammo, yeah, it is. You can catch it on sale, especially if you buy it in bulk. And it ain't so bad. I got this, and they did not send any ammo with it. And we didn't have any at the gun shop, so I had to swing by another gun shop on the way home. Just simply because it was on the way home. Turns out they had 2 boxes on the shelf, and this is just a small mom and pop place, and they were, that was $35 or something for a box of 50, which, in that situation, whatever, I didn't think was terrible, but
Yeah.
that certainly is not great at the
No,
same,
that's not great.
time. It's not a 9mm price for sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I'll have to check out the PSA one. PSA has made a lot of progress. Their 2011 and 2311 copies are really good, apparently, like super good. And I've not heard very many bad things about their Dagger Glock clone. So I think PSA's really elevated their game, at least in their handguns. I don't know about their rifles. I still hear some some less than positive things about their rifles, but
Yeah, but I mean, you hear that with all kinds of things. I can't tell you it's funny. I can't tell you for years the people that I heard talk trash on Anderson. Not knowing, it's the poverty pony and blah, blah, blah. And not realizing that the vast majority of ARs and AR parts that they owned, seen people use, whatever, was fucking built by Anderson, number one.
Right.
And then number two, that's still going on because Ruger bought Anderson, and the Ruger Harrier is the Anderson frontline. Like, it's the exact same rifle, man, the exact same machine, using the exact same shit. Like,
yeah.
the
So
exact same thing. And
everybody
now people
pays.
talk about that. Oh, the new Ruger Harrier, it's like, it's a fucking Anderson, people.
Yeah. It's an interesting deal because, like, for example, Noveske rifles have always been expensive, but they're just the Noveske uppers and lowers are all made by Stubborn Mule. And I mean, they're great lowers and uppers, but Noveske didn't make those in-house or anything. I mean, I think the only actual manufacturers that make their lowers in-house like that is LWRC and what's his name? Knight. I think Knight still make their lowers. All their lowers are made in-house by them, I think.
There's probably more than that. There's probably
but when I say made in-house, I mean they do it all, right? But like, for example, I used to work with Head Down,
especially if it's not a forged. If it's not a forge. There's a lot more made in-house.
So I was associated with Head Down Firearms for a while, and they bought their receiver blanks from a couple of different people, and then they had a CNC machine, and they would machine them all in house. All of their top level upper and lower receivers were made by Stubborn Mule. They bought them from the same people that sold Noveske theirs. Daniel Defense, I think, makes theirs in-house, but I'm not sure that they're buying the raw blanks, the raw forgings. I don't think it starts as a block of aluminum in their building, is what I'm saying. And I'm not even sure that Daniel's Defense actually still make their.
Well, if it starts as a block, that's going to be a milled receiver, not a forge, right? So
yeah,
that's
so
what I'm
the forge receiver, I think there's only.
We've got to distinguish between mill and forge.
Yeah,
Most of the companies that do mill, they do the mill in house. Most.
Yeah. but the forged receivers, there's only like what, 3 or 4 forgers in the country?
3 or 4. Yeah. Right.
They all come from the same place. So, and I used to could tell by the marks if it was which factory it came from. So.
Yeah, that info's out there on the internet. And because of that, I've forgotten years ago.
I don't care. I did know at one time, but I don't care anymore. I haven't cared for a long time. And it's so, but yeah, I used to could tell by the forge marks who actually forged the lower. So, but yeah, they do use 7075 T6 for the most part. Never Lucky Rubber Ducky. But yeah, I mean, it's yeah, I mean, I was. So what's the other one? It's not Anderson. There was another one that starts with an A, but they were out west somewhere, and they built lowers for everybody. And uppers, lowers and uppers for everybody. I think they may still. Pretty sure they're out in Arizona, maybe New Mexico, and I mean, I probably have one or two, but they were kind of like, you know, like, oh, you just buy this $75 lower or, you know, upper or whatever. And people kind of frowned on them, but I think they made great stuff, right? They were still a forged lower. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of who it was.
Yeah, I am too. I'm thinking, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know.
They may, I mean, literally, like everybody's probably owned one, like everybody. And I think it starts with an A. Just Aero Precision.
Yep, Aero Precision. There you go. I was thinking Rainier for some reason.
I think Aero makes them for Rainier. Rainier's
same general area. I think
yeah.
Aero Precision is up there pretty close to where Rainier used to be.
Yeah, I think Rainier's barrels are made by Faxon, and Faxon's barrels are made by somebody else. I forget who, but I mean, look, it's all tied together, right? So, except for companies like Black Hole.
When you say Faxon barrels are made, you mean the blanks?
Yeah. Faxon barrels are.
The blanks go to Faxon. Faxon finishes. Faxon sells.
Yeah, Faxon cuts them the length and does the taper that they want. I don't even know if they do the taper they want. They may come 3/4 finished.
It's nuts when you start looking into that. And this is another reason why getting into being so specialized and fanboyed out on one particular thing and all that sometimes is silly. Yeah. Because when you get to looking into it, you realize that there's 6 different companies that get all their shit from the same exact place, right?
Right. And we were actually talking about Ballistic Advantage was like the lower end barrels for somebody else, right? Like they were like not Criterion. I think maybe it's Criterion, but I think it's somebody else. And they're like I know that like Liberty barrels are made by Saturn. Saturn makes their own barrels. I know Black Hole Weaponry makes their own barrels. When you order the barrel from Black Hole Weaponry, it is a bar of steel sitting in their shop, and they go out and make your barrel, unless they just happen to have one. Same thing with Saturn. Same thing with Liberty. But if you get into like Proof makes barrels for a lot of people that are not carbon fiber barrels. Like it's a huge company and facility. And then, I mean, I don't know. I think it's a very interesting thing when you start looking into all of this, right? Like, who makes what barrels, why they make them, who's forging them. You know, forged barrels are different than cut barrels. You know,
So Ducky out there says Smith and Wesson made a subsidiary company called Thompson that makes their barrels for their ARs. Smith and Wesson bought Thompson Center.
yeah,
So, and that was Thompson Center been around a long time. Not as long as Smith
yeah.
and Wesson, obviously. Um,
hmm
if that's what
It
we're
used to be
talking
Auto
about,
Ordnance.
I don't
It
know.
was
That's
Auto
what I'm kind of
Ordnance, and
confused.
then
But yeah,
yeah, it was renamed Thompson,
right,
and
right.
then
Smith and
Smith and
Wesson
Wesson bought
acquired them.
Thompson.
Now, a lot of times what happens, and maybe this is kind of what Ducky's referred to, a lot of times what happens in the industry is you will get a situation like we've been talking about where one company uses another company for their production or parts. And then whether that company gets in trouble or they find it's just more expedient to buy that company out, and the company accepts their offer, they will. And they will just acquire that company. Um, that happens a lot, and that was one of the things that happened. There's a lot of brands under the Smith and Wesson umbrella, and I'm trying to think now if Smith and Wesson is even the umbrella. I don't think Smith and Wesson is. I think there's a parent company there, but um, there's so many. I mean, Crimson Trace is under them now, and there's so many other companies.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, so many companies do business with each other, right? Because
Yeah.
if Smith and Wesson's making a bunch of 1911 pistols and 6 Hours making a bunch of 1911 pistols, they'll go to a barrel company and say, "Hey, you know, make however many barrels," and they just split the lot, right? Because it's just cheaper that way.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, it's got to make sense, right?
Yeah, I mean, as long as that company is competent, they have the equipment, they can do a good job, and they can do it to your specific specifications. Why not? You know, especially if it saves on the bottom line. I don't have a problem with outsourcing. At the end of the day, that tends to make things cheaper on us as consumers. You know,
Yeah.
not that you
Yeah.
necessarily see it with shit like Smith and Wesson, but you know, some of the other brands we've been talking about, they're pretty high end brands. But nonetheless, I think they could be potentially more expensive if they didn't do that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that it's an interesting dynamic out there in the firearms world because they're the companies intermingle so much, and especially when you're dealing with something like an AR or 1911 or something there's a lot of component parts, and a lot of these smaller shops only survive by selling component parts to bigger companies, right? Like the only reason that Dan Wesson was able to survive for so long was he sold parts to basically, another 20 1911 builders, right? Like because he could not afford to buy parts or to have parts made in the volume he needed. So, of course, he eventually got bought out by CZ, and
right,
is what it is.
Which Colt did as well. Yeah. So
yeah, Colt. Yeah. And when you're looking around at the landscape, a lot of times you want to be bought by somebody else. It makes the most sense because why compete with each other, right? But then there are small companies that make very high quality things, and they just keep doing the same thing every year, and that's all there is to it.
Yeah.
I can't hear you. Your mic cut out. Can Can you hear me now? Oh, he might have dropped.
Here.
There we go.
Been here. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, that was weird.
I don't show on the screen for some reason.
I just popped you off the screen.
Oh.
That was weird because you started like roboting and then you were gone.
Really? I moved literally like 3 foot. I don't know.
All right. Anyway, so yeah, I think the gun industry is very interesting. And I think that, I'm constantly surprised at who makes what for who. So my friend just sold his business. Machine Gun Tours in Colorado closes June 27th. And he sold it to his former store manager. It's going to be relaunched as Bastion Armory at the same location, obviously, on July 1st. So, and Alan just basically says, and this is something that everybody should pay attention to. This is a lot. There's a lot of gun shop and gun company owners out there feeling the same way. This is what he says. I want to thank all the customers over the years who have been with us. I never thought I would say this, but I feel I was legislated out of business. As I got older, I just didn't want to put up with all the crap this state, there in Colorado, has done to gun dealers. For those of you who know me, I have been unhappy living in the state that I once thought would be my final destination and have sought greener pastures in Idaho. If anyone is looking for a beautiful log home near Idaho Springs in Colorado, I have one for sale. We have done our last machine gun shoot for so for those who went out with us over the years, thanks. We want to thank all the customers who have patronized us over the years and let you all know that we couldn't have done it without you. I hope you will come to the same location in the future and shop with Bastion Armory and the crew of great employees that have helped you over the years. Stay safe out there, and I truly hope Colorado can come back from what it is today to its former glory.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, Mike, bunch of my friends comment on this, basically saying, what a mess, Machine Gun Tours was a great location to go for all kinds of things, especially class 3 and suppressors and that sort of thing. Michael Bain, the gun writer, comments, "Thank you, brother, for so much over the years. Remember the first episode of Shooting Gallery, our adventures at Gunsight? Good times." My buddy Alan's been around a very long time and knows basically everybody. So, and yeah.
I'm gonna duck out. I got some things.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably.
So.
I'm probably going to do the kind of the same. I'm probably going to shut this stream down. I may go hang out over at on somebody else's channel for a few minutes, but I've got to get some sleep. I've got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. Thank you for coming up, Clover Tack, and I'll be on at 4 tomorrow with my buddy Pat to talk all things shooting and shooting related, especially competition shooting related. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a pleasure having you all on tonight, and I had a great time. I'll see you tomorrow, 4 Central Time, right here. Or better, over on Gun Prattle. Cheers, guys. Have a great evening.